Recently, I have read the book called The Rape of the Nanking by Irish Chain. Here's my opinion on this book. I say overall, this book is a high 8. It's a really good book, I'd say. It goes into much detail of the rape and describes the events of the rape in perfect order. Also, her research is phenomenal with how much resources she used to write this book. But there are some parts that were boring and also disgusting. Such parts could be the detailed accounts of the murders and the rapes, and how sometimes it could be old and just plain out boring at points, which I could say could drag down the rating by a bit. But if I had to summarize this book in a nutshell, here it is. The Rape of Nanking is a historical novel based on the events that had occurred in the city. It includes many detailed accounts from both sides of the conflict and explores the events of Nanking in chronological order, starting with how the Japanese got to Nanking, then the atrocities that had happened in the city. After all that, it tops it off with the aftermath of Nanking. It goes into depth of each event and gives a lot of information from each side, so that the reader can understand the event from everyone's perspective. Going into the text, one quote I would say that stands out throughout the entire book can be, "Those who ignore history tend to become its victims." The reason I chose this quote is because it is very true and very relatable with the Japanese. As for they do in fact keep ignoring the rape of their king since 1939 and were eventually bombed by the US in 1945, showing the quote's value to real life and why it could stand out. But overall, I did in fact enjoy this book. It was interesting to learn about such a terrible tragedy that hasn't been recognized by history and how most people never knew about this hidden Holocaust of the Chinese. In my opinion, for all the people that enjoy historical books and love history, this book is for you. It explores the atrocities of the Japanese during World War II and the possible reasons why the Japanese were despised by the US. Also, before reading it, make sure you have a strong gut. It'll get really gruesome, just trust me in that part. But those are my overall thoughts on The Rape of Nanking. Really great book. And if you do have time, you should definitely read it.